The champagne fizzes in my glass like tiny stars, but I barely taste it as I scan the faces of my colleagues in the grand ballroom. Everyone's smiling, toasting, celebrating my moment, my promotion to CEO. Yet something feels off, like a shadow passing over the sun. To Paula. Kaysen raises his glass, his signature grin lighting up his distinguished features. The youngest CEO in our company's history, and the most deserving. The crystal chandeliers cast a warm glow over everything, making even the usual office politics seem softer, more palatable. I catch my reflection in one of the mirrored walls, my carefully chosen navy dress, the pearl necklace Dean gave me last Christmas, the practiced smile that's carried me through a decade of corporate climbing. Speech, someone calls out. Several voices join in. I step forward, champagne glass steady in my hand despite the flutter in my stomach. I'm honored. I begin, my voice carrying across the hushed room. This company has been my home for 12 years, and everyone here has become family. My eyes find Layla in the crowd. My best friend, my confidant through countless late-night strategy sessions and emergency coffee runs. But something's different tonight. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes, and there's a tightness around her mouth I've never seen before. Together, I continue, we'll take this company to new heights. I couldn't have done this without each of you. Especially, Layla turns away abruptly, whispering something to Jonah from legal. His eyebrows shoot up, and he glances at me with an expression I can't quite read. I finish my speech on autopilot, accepting hugs and congratulations as people surge forward. Kiara squeezes my arm. You crushed it, boss lady. Though I think someone's not too happy about the announcement. What do you mean? She nods subtly toward Layla, who's now standing alone by the bar, typing furiously on her phone. Just watch your back, okay? Before I can respond, Dean appears at my elbow, his warm hand finding the small of my back. Proud of you, he murmurs, but I'm distracted by Layla's sudden movement toward the exit. Give me a minute, I tell Dean, weaving through the crowd. I catch up to her just outside the ballroom doors. Layla, wait, are you okay? She turns, and the look in her eyes stops me cold. Congratulations, Paula. Her voice is winter itself. I hope you enjoy everything you've stolen. Stolen? What are you— Don't. She steps closer, close enough that I can smell her signature perfume. You know exactly what I mean. Did you really think I wouldn't find out about the Morgan project? About those late-night meetings with Kaysen? My stomach drops. Those meetings were about the CEO position, nothing else. Right. She laughs, but it's all wrong. Sharp and brittle like breaking glass. Just like those accidental delays on my proposals were nothing. The mysterious reassignment of my best team members, the convenient timing of certain information reaching the board. Layla, you're not making sense. We're friends. We're friends. She pulls out her phone, shows me a screen full of emails. My emails. Friends don't sabotage each other for years. Friends don't systematically dismantle someone's career chances while pretending to support them. The room spins slightly. Those emails are from my personal account, messages I never sent to her. How did you get these? Her smile is terrible. Let's just say you're not the only one who knows how to play the game. Enjoy your party, Paula. But remember, everything built on lies eventually crumbles. She turns on her heel, leaving me frozen in the doorway. Through the glass panels, I can see my celebration continuing, everyone laughing, drinking, completely unaware of the bomb that's just been dropped. My phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. That was supposed to be mine. And by this time next week, everyone will know exactly how you operate. The champagne in my stomach turns to acid as I watch Layla disappear down the hallway, her heels clicking against marble like a countdown. I've spent 12 years building this life, crafting every detail, earning every step. Haven't I? The party continues behind me, but all I can hear is the sound of my carefully constructed world beginning to crack. I've been staring at Layla's emails for 3 hours, my office growing darker as night creeps in. Each message is like a knife, twisted and sharp. Project delays I'd orchestrated. Casual suggestions to Kason about team restructuring, strategic omissions in presentations that made her look unprepared. My hands shake as I scroll. I did these things, but seeing them laid out like this, collected and curated, makes me look like a monster. Makes me look exactly like what I am. A soft knock startles me. Still here? It's Kiara, hovering in my doorway with concern etched across her face. Everyone else went home hours ago. Just catching up on some things. I minimize the screen, but not before she catches a glimpse. Those are your emails? She steps inside, closing the door. Layla showed them to me earlier, asked me to be a witness when she takes them to the board. The air leaves my lungs. You're helping her? I haven't decided yet. Tiara perches on the edge of my desk, her expression troubled. Paula, I need to ask, did you really sabotage her projects? Because if these emails are real, it's complicated. The words taste like ash. Everything I did was for the good of the company. Layla's proposals were risky, untested. I was protecting our interests. By secretly undermining her for years? Ciara's voice hardens. While pretending to be her friend? My phone buzzes. Another message from Layla. Meeting tomorrow, 7 a.m., just us. Or these go straight to the board. I have to go, I say, standing abruptly. Kara catches my arm. Whatever you're planning, think it through. Layla's not alone in this. Jonah's been gathering evidence for months. My blood runs cold. Jonah, why would he? Because you fired his sister last year? Remember Charlie? The redundancy that somehow only affected her department? The memory hits like a slap. Charlie had been brilliant, innovative, and a potential threat to my path to CEO. I'd restructured her entire division to eliminate her position, making it look like simple cost-cutting. I need to handle this, I say, pulling away from Ciara. And I need to know whose side you're on. That's exactly the problem, isn't it? She moves toward the door. Everything's always sides with you. Winners and losers. Maybe that's why you're standing here alone. The words follow me home, echoing in my empty penthouse as I pace between windows. The city sparkles below, oblivious to my unraveling life. My phone lights up. Dean calling for the third time. I let it go to voicemail. Instead, I pull up my laptop and start digging. If Layla wants to play this game, she's forgotten who taught her the rules. Within an hour, I find what I'm looking for. Irregularities in her expense reports, unauthorized meetings with our biggest competitor, a pattern of data access that suggests corporate espionage. My fingers hover over the keyboard. One email to Kason would destroy her completely. It would be so easy. A new message from Layla pops up. TikTok. Brought copies of everything to my meeting with Dean today. Your call if he sees them. My chest constricts. Dean. Of course she'd go to him. He's not just my boyfriend, he's on the board. One word from him could end everything. I grab my keys and coat, my heels clicking against marble as I head for the elevator. Dawn is just braking as I pull into the office parking garage. Layla's car is already there, sleek and black like a warning. She's waiting in the conference room, perfectly put together despite the early hour. I was starting to wonder if you'd show. What do you want? My voice is steady, controlled. Money? A promotion? Oh, Paula. She slides a folder across the table. I want you to feel exactly what I felt. Reading these should help with that. Inside are more emails, but not mine this time. Messages between Kason and the board, discussing CEO candidates. Messages that prove I was never the first choice, that Layla had been promised the position months ago. You didn't earn this, she says softly. You stole it, just like you've stolen everything else. You're wrong. But my hands are trembling. I worked for this. Everything I did was because you knew you weren't good enough on your own. She stands, smoothing her skirt. The board meets at noon. I'll be showing them everything. Unless you'd like to resign first. Quietly. Gracefully. She moves to leave, but I catch her arm. The board will love to hear about your meetings with Vertex Corp. About the confidential data you've been leaking. Layla's smile doesn't waver. Proof works both ways, Paula. Are you sure you want to play that game? She leaves me alone with the folder, with the truth, with the realization that this is only the beginning. The board meeting starts in 2 hours, and I'm holed up in my office, methodically building my defense. Every document, every email that proves Layla's betrayal is arranged in precise chronological order. My hands are steady now. I've stopped shaking. A knock interrupts my focus. Paula? It's Dean, and for the first time in our 3 years together, I don't want to see him. Can we talk? He closes the door behind him, his usually warm face tight with concern. Layla showed me the emails. And you believed her? I keep my voice neutral, professional, like we're discussing quarterly reports instead of my possible destruction. I don't know what to believe. He runs a hand through his hair, a gesture I usually find endearing. Now it just irritates me. The woman in those emails, that's not the Paula I know. The Paula you know. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. Tell me, Dean, which version did you fall in love with? The ambitious executive or the soft, vulnerable one who needed your protection? He recoils slightly. That's not fair. No? I stand, moving to the window. You're on the board. Did you know they promised Layla the CEO position months ago? His silence is answer enough. Get out. My voice is ice. And when you vote today, remember who actually delivered results for this company. After he leaves, I pull up the security footage from last week. There, Layla entering the server room at 3 a.m. downloading files. I'm about to email it to Kason when my computer screen goes black. No. I hit keys frantically, but nothing responds. A message appears. System locked for security audit. My phone rings. It's Jonah from legal. Having technical difficulties? You did this. Consider it a preview. His voice is smooth, satisfied. Charlie says hello, by the way. She's doing great at Vertex Corp. Thanks for asking. The pieces click together. She's been helping you hack our systems. Smart girl, always was. Maybe you should have promoted her instead of forcing her out. I end the call, grab my laptop, and head to IT. The halls feel longer than usual, every passing employee a potential threat. In IT, I find Kiara already there, looking grim. Someone's locked us out of the main servers, she says, including your emails. Can you fix it? She hesitates. I can try. But Paula, are you sure you want to fight this? Maybe it's time to what? Give up? Let them win? I lean closer, lowering my voice. Help me, and I'll make sure you're rewarded. Executive VP position, effective immediately. Are you bribing me? She looks almost sad. You really don't get it, do you? A notification pops up on my phone. An all-staff email from Kason. Emergency board meeting moved to 10 a.m. That's in 30 minutes. I race back to my office, searching for the hard copies of my evidence. The folder is gone. My desk has been cleared, drawers emptied. On my chair sits a single sheet of paper. Looking for something? Panic rises in my throat, but I force it down. Think. There has to be another way. I pull out my personal phone, the one nobody at work knows about. Scroll through old photos, looking for... There. A video from last year's holiday party. Layla, drunk, admitting to corporate espionage. I'd kept it as insurance, never thinking I'd need it. My hands shake as I email it to myself, then to Kason. The response is immediate. My office. Now. He's not alone when I arrive. Layla's there too, looking perfectly composed except for the slight tremor in her hands. Sit down, both of you. Kason's voice is heavy with disappointment. In 30 years, I've never seen anything like this. Kason, I can explain. Layla begins. Save it. He holds up a USB drive. This arrived on my desk this morning. Want to know what's on it? My heart stops. Layla goes pale. Evidence that you've both been manipulating company data, sabotaging projects, leaking information to competitors. He looks between us. The board meeting isn't about choosing between you anymore. It's about deciding who to fire first. Who sent it? I ask, though I already suspect. Charlie. He sighs. Apparently, she's been gathering data on both of you for months. Very thorough. A note slides under the door. Kason reads it, his expression darkening further. Well, he says, this changes everything. The paper trembles in his hand, and I realize with sudden clarity that I've been playing the wrong game all along. The note in Kason's hand changes everything because it's in my handwriting. A memo I wrote 2 years ago, outlining exactly how to systematically dismantle Layla's career prospects. Not suggestions or subtle manipulations, a detailed battle plan, complete with timeline. I can explain. I start, but Kason holds up his hand. The board's waiting. His voice is flat. Let's go. The walk to the boardroom feels like a funeral march. Layla trails behind us, uncharacteristically quiet. When we enter, I notice Dean won't meet my eyes. Before we begin, Kason addresses the board. I want to clarify something. The CEO position was never promised to anyone. We had multiple candidates under consideration, including both Paula and Layla. My head snaps up. Layla's emails, the ones showing she'd been promised the position, were fake. I almost laugh. We've both been playing each other with forged evidence. However, Kason continues, recent events have forced us to reevaluate everything. A new figure steps into the room. Charlie. She's traded her former casual style for a sharp business suit, her expression coolly professional. Ms. Paula. She addresses me directly. Would you like to explain the systematic harassment campaign against my development team last year? Or should I show the board the documentation? That wasn't harassment, I protest. It was strategic restructuring. Including the false sexual harassment claims against my top engineer? The one you paid to file them? The room goes deadly silent. I feel the blood drain from my face. But I had. God help me, I had. It had seemed so necessary at the time, so justified. Paula. Dean's voice is barely a whisper. Tell me you didn't. I look around the room, at Kason's disappointment, Layla's shock, the board members' disgust. Everything I've built is crumbling, and suddenly I'm furious. At them, at myself, at this entire game we've all been playing. Fine. I stand, planting my hands on the table. Yes, I did those things. I did them because that's how this company works. That's how all of you work. Layla's been selling company secrets to Vertex. Jonah's been hacking our servers. Kason's been playing us against each other for years. We're all corrupt. I'm just the only one honest enough to admit it. No, Charlie says quietly. You're the only one who can't see the difference between ambition and cruelty. A folder slides across the table. Not from Layla or Charlie, but from Kiara. Inside are dozens of testimonials from employees I've destroyed over the years. Not just Charlie's team, dozens more. Each story worse than the last. I tried to warn you, Kiara says. It was never about sides. It was about right and wrong. My phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. Check your email. With trembling fingers, I open my inbox. There's a new message from Vertex Corp. A job offer. VP position. Better salary than my CEO role here. The sender? Charlie. You have a choice, she says, watching me read. Resign now. Take the offer. Start fresh. Or we can continue sharing evidence with the board. This was your plan all along, I realize. Get me and Layla to expose each other, then sweep in with a better option. She shrugs. I learned from the best. You taught me how to play the long game, remember? The irony would be funny if it weren't so painful. I look at Dean one last time. He's finally meeting my eyes, but all I see is goodbye. I resign, I say, my voice steady. Effective immediately. Both of you, Kason adds, looking at Layla, and the board accepts. Later, in my office, former office, packing my things, Charlie appears in the doorway. Why offer me the job? I ask. After everything I did to you? Because you're brilliant, Paula, and terrible. And maybe with the right guidance, you can learn to be the first without the second. She hands me a business card. Monday morning, don't be late. As she leaves, I sink into my chair one last time. A photo on my desk catches my eye. Me and Layla from 5 years ago, both smiling, both unaware of what we'd become. My phone buzzes again. Another unknown number. Drinks? We should talk about our new competition. It's from Layla. Despite everything, I find myself smiling. Some habits die hard. I text back one word. When? Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the game never really ends. It just changes players. The bar Layla chose is dark and expensive, the kind of place where deals are made and secrets are traded. She's already there when I arrive, 2 martinis waiting on the table. You look terrible, she says as I slide into the booth. You look worse. It's true, her perfect composure has cracked, showing the strain beneath. We sit in silence, 2 fallen queens examining our battle wounds. Finally, she speaks. Did you know about Charlie's plan? Not until it was too late. I take a long sip. You? I thought I was so clever, using Jonah to hack the servers. Didn't realize he was working for her the whole time. She laughs bitterly. We taught her well. Too well. I pull out my phone, show her the Vertex offer. Did you get one too? She nods. Different department, same salary. She's splitting us up. Smart girl. The silence stretches again, filled with unspoken accusations and apologies. A waitress brings another round. I did hate you, you know, Layla says suddenly. For years, every time you succeeded, every time you smiled and supported me while secretly undermining everything I built. I know. My voice is quiet. I hated you too. For being naturally good at things I had to fight for. For making it look easy. Easy. She stares at me. God, Paula, none of it was easy. I worked myself sick trying to keep up with you. Missed my sister's wedding for that Morgan project. Lost my fiancé because I was never home. Something in my chest tightens. I didn't know about the fiancé. No, you wouldn't. We stopped being real friends long before that. My phone buzzes. Dean. I silence it without looking. He's been calling me too, Layla says. Wanted to know if the harassment claims were true? What did you tell him? The truth, that we all did terrible things, but that crossed a line. She leans forward. Why did you do it, Paula? Really? The answer sticks in my throat. Because I was scared. All the time. Scared of not being good enough. Of being exposed as a fraud. Scared of losing control. And now? Now I've lost everything anyway. I laugh, but it comes out more like a sob. The worst part? I can't even blame anyone else. I did this to myself. A new message appears on both our phones simultaneously. From Charlie. First assignment Monday, joint presentation to the board. Show me you can work together or the offers disappear. Layla's face goes pale. She can't be serious. She is. I stare at the message. She's making us prove we've learned something. I'm not sure I have, Layla admits. Me neither. I signal for another round. But I'm tired of being scared. Paula. Layla's voice is different now, urgent. Look at the door. I turn. Jonah has just walked in with Kiara. They're carrying folders and heading straight for us. Whatever game they're playing, Layla says quietly, I don't want to play it anymore. For the first time in years, I feel the same way. Let's get out of here. We slip out the back entrance into the cool night air. Standing there looking at the city lights, I feel something shift between us. We could do it differently this time, I say. Actually work together at Vertex. Could we? She sounds skeptical. After everything? Maybe that's the point. We know exactly how to destroy each other now. Maybe that makes us safer. My phone buzzes again. Another message from Charlie. Smart choice, leaving before they showed you the folders. See you Monday. Don't be late. She's been watching us, Layla realizes. Of course she has. It's what we would do. We share a look of grudging respect for our former protege. Then Layla says something that changes everything. What if we don't go to Vertex? What do you mean? What if we take everything we've learned, all the strategies, all the connections, and start our own company? No more playing by someone else's rules. The idea hits me like a lightning bolt. They'd try to stop us. Of course they would. Her eyes are bright with something I haven't seen in years. Real excitement. But they taught us how to fight dirty. Remember? I should say no. Should take the safe option, the redemption story Charlie's offering. Instead, I hear myself say, "Tell me more." Behind us, the bar door opens. Voices spill out. Jonah, Ciara, others from the company. Looking for us, no doubt. Layla grabs my arm. Your place or mine? Mine, I decide. They'll check yours first. We hurry through the darkness, two former enemies becoming something new. Partners, maybe even friends again. But this time, with our eyes wide open, my penthouse dining table has become a war room. Laptops open, papers everywhere, coffee cups multiplying as Layla and I plan our escape. We've been at it for hours, running on caffeine and desperation. We'll need startup capital, Layla says, scrolling through her contacts. I've got 3 potential investors who hate Vertex enough to back us. And I've got client lists. I pull up encrypted files on my personal laptop, plus dirt on Vertex's failed projects that never made the news. My phone lights up. Charlie again. Missed you at this morning's orientation. Last chance to reconsider. She's bluffing, Layla says, but her voice wavers. Right? Before I can answer, my doorbell rings. We freeze, sharing a look of panic. Through the security camera, I see Dean standing in the hallway. I'll handle this, I tell Layla, who quickly gathers our materials and disappears into my home office. I open the door but block the entrance. What do you want? Dean looks terrible, like he hasn't slept. Can we talk? Please? About what? How you knew about Layla's fake evidence and didn't warn me? Or how quickly you turned on me in that board meeting? About how I'm worried about you. He runs a hand through his disheveled hair. You're not answering calls. You missed Vertex's orientation. And now I hear rumors you're planning something with Layla of all people. You're spying on me? I'm trying to help you. His voice cracks. Paula, please. Take the Vertex job. Start fresh. Don't throw away your last chance at... At what? Redemption? I laugh sharply. Did Charlie send you? His silence is damning. Get out. Paula, now. After he leaves, I return to find Layla staring at her phone in horror. We have a problem. She shows me an email from Jonah to the entire industry. A detailed expose of our past actions, not just at our company, but reaching back to our earliest jobs. Every questionable decision, every manipulation, laid bare. He's burning us both, I whisper. No one will work with us after this. That's not all. She pulls up another email. From Charlie to our potential investors. She's warning them away, calling us toxic assets. My hands curl into fists. She's systematically destroying every escape route. Maybe, Layla hesitates. Maybe we should take the Vertex offers. Start smaller, rebuild our reputations. No. The word comes out like a whip crack. That's exactly what they want. Us under their thumb, controlled, diminished. Then what's your plan? Because right now, we're running out of options. My doorbell rings again. This time, it's Ciara on the camera. Don't, Layla warns, but I'm already moving to open it. Ciara steps inside, taking in the chaos of our planning session. Well, this explains a lot. Whatever you're here to say, I want in. We stare at her. What? I manage finally. Your new company, I want in. She pulls out a USB drive. And I brought a gift. Everything Charlie and Jonah have planned for the next 6 months at Vertex. including which clients they're targeting first. Why would you help us? Layla asks. Because Charlie's not as different from Paula as she thinks. She's just better at hiding it. Kiara's eyes are hard, and someone needs to keep you both honest this time. My phone buzzes. Charlie again. Final warning. Take the jobs or tomorrow I release everything. I show the message to Layla and Ciara. She's forcing our hand. No, Layla says slowly. She's showing her fear. Why try so hard to stop us unless she's afraid we might succeed? Ciara picks up a client list from the table. These people trusted you once. They might again if you approach them right. And if we fail? I ask. Then we fail trying something new, Layla says, instead of succeeding at being what everyone expects. I look at these women, my former enemy, my former subordinate, and feel something I haven't felt in years. Hope. My fingers move across my phone. Release whatever you want. We quit. Seconds later, Charlie responds. You're making a mistake. No, I type back. I'm finally fixing one. I look up at my unlikely allies. Tomorrow morning, we start calling clients. Tonight, we plan our war. They'll try to stop us, Ciara warns. Let them try. Layla's smile is fierce. We've got nothing left to lose. And for the first time in my career, that feels like freedom. The Vertex Corp lobby is all glass and steel, designed to make visitors feel small. I refuse to let it work on me. Layla and Ciara flank me as we stride toward the reception desk, our heels clicking in perfect rhythm. Paula. Charlie emerges from an elevator, perfectly composed. I was wondering when you'd show up. Then you'll love what comes next. I hand her a tablet. 43% of your client base has signed with us. Preliminary contracts, contingent on funding. Her composure cracks, just slightly. Impossible. We locked those contracts down. You did. Layla steps forward. But you forgot who taught them how to write those lockdown clauses, and exactly how to break them. Charlie's eyes narrow. My office, now. The elevator ride is silent, tense. When we enter her corner office, bigger than my old one, Jonah is waiting with a stack of documents. Cease and desist orders, he says, spreading them across her desk. Plus evidence of client tampering, contract violations. Fabricated evidence, Ciara cuts in. Just like the sexual harassment claims you helped Paula create last year? Should we discuss that publicly? Jonah pales slightly. Charlie remains unmoved. You're not as clever as you think, she says, pulling up an email on her screen. Your funding falls through in 3 hours. Every potential investor has received documented proof of your past indiscretions. Check your inbox, I tell her. She does. Her face goes still as she reads the new message. That's right, Layla says. Dean's family investment firm, full funding, approved this morning. Dean? Charlie looks genuinely shocked, but he believes in second chances? I finish. Amazing what happens when you actually tell someone the whole truth, even the ugly parts. Especially the ugly parts, Layla adds. Like how you've been manipulating everyone, playing us against each other while positioning yourself as the ethical savior. I learned from the best. Charlie's voice is ice. Everything I did, I learned watching you two destroy people. We know, I say quietly. That's why we're here. I pull out a chair, sit down across from her. You're right about us. We were monsters, maybe still are, but we're trying to be better ones. By stealing my clients? By offering them something new, Layla says. Real transparency, ethical practices, everything we should have done before. With you two in charge? Charlie laughs. Please. No, I say. With all of us. The room goes silent. What? Charlie whispers. We're offering you a partnership, Ciara explains. Equal shares, equal say, but with oversight, accountability. You can't be serious. Dead serious. I lean forward. You're brilliant, Charlie, and terrible. Just like me. Just like all of us. But maybe together we can be something different. Why would I trust you? Because we're done playing games, Layla says. Done with the backstabbing and manipulation. It's exhausting, and it's cost us everything that matters. And if I refuse, I stand. Then we go to war. We'll win some clients, you'll win others. We'll all keep playing the same old power games until we destroy ourselves and everyone around us. Or, Kira adds, we try something new. Together. Charlie looks at each of us in turn, her face unreadable. Then she opens her drawer and pulls out a folder. I had a different plan ready, she admits. More evidence. More destruction. A way to bury all of you permanently. We know, I say. We had similar plans for you. She stares at the folder for a long moment. Then, slowly, deliberately, she drops it in her shredder. The sound of shredding paper fills the room like a confession. Equal partnership? She asks. Equal everything, Layla confirms, including responsibility for fixing what we've broken. Charlie looks at Jonah, who gives a slight nod. When do we start? She asks. Right now. I pull out my phone, show her the press release we've prepared. Unless you want to edit the announcement, she reads it, a small smile playing at her lips. It's perfect. Terrible, but perfect. Just like us, Layla says. We share a look. Former enemies, current allies, future partners, and I feel something shift in the room. The old game is over. A new one is beginning. And this time, we're all playing on the same side. Send it, Charlie says. I press send, and we watch our phones light up as the news breaks. The industry will be in chaos by dinner. Perfect. The press conference room is packed, cameras flashing as I step up to the podium. Layla and Charlie stand to my right, Kara to my left. The industry's top reporters watch us like hawks, waiting for signs of discord or weakness. Before we take questions, I begin, I want to address the rumors about our new venture. A reporter's hand shoots up. Is it true your company was formed through corporate espionage and client poaching? Yes. My blunt answer causes a stir. Every rumor you've heard about our past actions is probably true. We've all done terrible things in the name of success. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Layla steps forward. Which is exactly why we're qualified to change things, she says. We know every dirty trick because we invented most of them. And now, someone calls out, now we're doing something revolutionary. Charlie takes over. Complete transparency, real accountability, starting with ourselves. On cue, Shara activates the screen behind us. Our past transgressions scroll past, every manipulation, every betrayal, every ethical line crossed. The room goes silent. This is who we were, I say. And the screen changes to our new company structure, with its unprecedented oversight systems and ethical frameworks. Is who we're becoming. Why should anyone trust you? A familiar voice. Dean, standing in the back. They shouldn't, I reply. Not yet. Trust has to be earned. That's why every client contract includes a transparency clause. Full audit rights, quarterly ethics reviews, real consequences for violations. By choice? Another reporter asks incredulously. No, Layla admits. By necessity. Because we finally learned that true power isn't about control. It's about accountability. The questions fly fast after that. We handle them together, each of us stepping in when needed, no one trying to dominate. It feels strange. Better. As the conference winds down, I notice Kaysen slip into the room. He catches my eye, gives a slight nod. The message is clear. He's watching, waiting to see if we'll succeed or implode. One last question, calls a voice from the back. Ms. Paula, what made you change? The room goes quiet. My former allies, now genuine partners, watch me carefully. I didn't want to, I admit. Change meant facing everything I'd become. Every person I'd hurt, every relationship I'd poisoned. It meant admitting that all my success was built on fear, of losing control, of being exposed, of not being enough. I look at Layla, remembering our bitter rivalry, at Charlie, who learned our worst lessons too well, at Ciara, who never lost her moral compass. But then I realized something. The real failure wasn't in losing my position or power. It was in becoming someone who would do anything to keep them. The room is absolutely still. So no, you shouldn't trust us yet. But watch us. Hold us accountable. Because we're not asking for redemption. We're working for it. Every day, every decision, every client. After the reporters file out, Dean approaches our group. Bold strategy, he says. Betting everything on honesty. Not everything, I correct him. Just the things that matter. He smiles slightly. Dinner later? Can't. Board meeting with our ethics oversight committee. Another time, then. I watch him leave, feeling none of the old pull. Some bridges aren't meant to be rebuilt. Ready? Layla asks, gathering her things. Almost. I turn to Charlie. There's something I need to say. That sexual harassment claim against your engineer? I'm sorry, really sorry. I know. She meets my eyes. That's why I'm here. We head for the elevator together, 4 women who've seen the worst in each other and chosen to build something better. Think we can really do this? Ciara asks as we descend. Change not just ourselves, but how business is done? No idea, I admit, but I'm tired of playing it safe. Safe is overrated, Layla agrees. Safe is boring, Charlie adds. The elevator doors open to our new offices. Through the glass walls, I can see our team working, a mix of fresh faces and industry veterans, all drawn to our impossible promise of doing things differently. Besides, I say, watching them, the old game was getting predictable. We share a look. 4 reformed monsters ready to reshape the world we once tried to rule. Let's go be terrible at being good, Charlie suggests. And for the first time in my career, that sounds like exactly the right kind of challenge.